if we start doing this like at the bars, with like the regulars, do you think that because apparently we don't care about money and pay, do you think the bar, like that bar will start paying, like giving us like insurance? Like I know typically you have to be like an employee to get like insurance, but do you think like they will start giving us insurance? It's just a thought. It's just a thought. You guys should watch my previous two videos. One on like STDs and the other one is um like stupid. Oh, dumb. I think it's a dumb on it. So I recommend you guys watching them. And so my thing is, I've been with the same primary doctor ever since COVID started. I think she got switched out, so because I went in one day and because I wanted an MRI, and this was like when East Center wasn't like that good of a place. It was kind of scary, they were like trying to like accuse me of stuff, and I'm just like, what, kind of thing like that. And then I set up an appointment to see my primary doctor, and I'm just like, I want an MRI, and she was like, no, and then she was like, maybe you should go and get some like mental help, and I'm just like, no, I want MRI. Like there's something seriously, like there's a medical condition that's wrong with me, like, and I want to know what it is. And she's like, no, you're gonna go and see like somebody for your brain, like not to get it scanned, but for like therapy, maybe get on some medication, and I'm just like, I'm here for medical treatment. Like I'm not here to like talk about my paranoias and my like worries in life. Like I'm here because there's something medically wrong with me, and so she was like, if you leave, I will be watching to make sure you don't like, to make sure that you will go to Philly St. John's. And I'm just like, I don't think the doctor has like the authorization to do it, just because I want an MRI because I felt like I had medical conditions, and I didn't bring up about the fact that I seized on the road or anything like that, like a few months prior. I didn't bring that up, because she doesn't, like, yes, she's my doctor, but she doesn't need to know everything. She doesn't need to know how many times I've fainted in my house or how much I slept or like all this other stuff. My doctor doesn't need to know all this stuff. If I go in, and I'm like, hey, I feel like I have a medical condition, they shouldn't be just excused, just blow it off, and they're like, Tracy, you just need mental health. Your health is fine. It's like, you don't know what my health is. You have no clue what my health is. You're my doctor. You're technically my primary doctor. Like, you should take this more serious. And she's like, no, I'm just gonna send you into a mental health hospital. I got sad. And then she was like, I'll be watching. Like, they will inform me if you don't show up, So it's a scare, kind of thing like that. But the thing is, you leave the hospital and you can be scared and be like, and your fears can put you into like a mental hospital, because you are scared. But if you are thinking in your right mind, what you went in for, like if you went in because you wanted an MRI, you know, um, even if the doctor decided to call the cops on you, they can't force you going into a mental institution or mental hospital because you feel like you have medical conditions, not because you can fight it. You can fight it. You can like get into legal disputes and get a lawyer, and you can fight this stuff, and like sometimes when people have the flu or a cold or some type of virus, or it's sometimes, I think it's bacteria, it's two different types. They can get delusional because they're so stuffed up and they don't feel good, and like sometimes like they have a difficult time breathing, sometimes like they're just like, so like even if you act like you're mentally ill, it could just be, you're getting over a cold. So like the thing is, if your doctor's threatening you to go in and get mental help, like by law, they technically can't like force you into it because it's this, they have a legal issue that they have to fight, so they can be like, oh, I will make sure, but like nobody can come to your place where you live and drag you in, like maybe your friends and family can do that, but maybe you should not hang out with them if that's the way that they want to be to you, because that's not what friends and family should be doing. They should be taking care of you, not, oh, we don't care about you, we're just gonna throw you away. It's, that's like, I understand family's blood, but if they're not there for you for your good intentions, blood is just blood. That's all it is. It's like, there's more to what a family means than the fact that you guys share the same blood type or the same DNA. There's more to it. Family means that they should have good intentions for you. And so like my thing is, if you went in and the doctor's like, oh, uh, overlooking everything you just said, and then they're like, this is what we're gonna do, I don't think that doctor is going to be a doctor that long, because that's just how a lot of hospitals and the, like, I am getting low on my vocabulary, I know what this is, but runs things. you know um and so, and like my thing is, I think I've got a new doctor, because like now my doctor limps. She's been limping for like the last couple of years and stuff, and she has got wider. And I think her name has changed, and I believe I made a video about it, but I made it private way back in the day. But like, I like my primary doctor, I believe ever since that day when the doctor's like, I'm gonna excuse your concerns and do this, like the next time I saw her, I don't think that was the same doctor. And so obviously Essentia cares. Or my doctor would not have changed body shapes. But that's not something that I want to bring up when I'm fighting with Essentia on my mental health back in 2023. It's 2026 now. I've seen her quite often. She does not care about my mental health. Because you know why? Back then, there was something else going on. She has seen me quite a few times. And I saw her yesterday, and she seems really excited to see me and excited to see the growth of me, because she has been with me the whole entire time. And even places like, it doesn't have to be in a work environment to do what people are trying to do, and you can try to ask the bartender if they are gonna pay for your health insurance, but they probably won't. It's the same thing as if you work at a place and you don't qualify for your benefits or your insurance at the company for whatever reason, and you ask your boss for an insurance. They probably won't cover it. For the exact same reason, the bartender won't cover it. Get educated, people.